Hey again. So once again, just doing another voiceover of a workout that I did on Monday the 3rd. This consisted of sumo deadlifts, 4 sets of 9, front squats, 2 sets of 6 with an AMRAP set, and then postscript, which was 4 sets of 3, and then 1 AMRAP set. And then I finished off with Pendlay rows and pull-ups, so a vertical and a horizontal pull. Overall, it was a spectacular workout despite being pretty drained, but I brought my roommate Dylan along, and he's been making extraordinary progress. He hit 285 for 4 sets of 9, which was definitely a PR, at least a volume PR for him. And him and I are neck and neck on pressing, which is a lot of fun because we're like going, he does better than me one week, I do better than him another week. And it really just depends on who goes first. So, yeah, deadlifts were going smooth. First set was looking good. I've been focusing on hip mobility, looking up, trying to keep my back straighter, and really just trying to slowly widen my stance over time to a super wide sumo stance, which if you look at some like other sumo lifters, there's pretty much like a narrow sumo, which is almost more conventional, moderate sumo, which is what I have been using, but I'm trying to get to a wide sumo stance, which is, I'm almost there, but I need a little bit more mobility, especially in my hips to really sit down far enough. But as you can see by my first 2 sets, they were going pretty smooth. This comes to the 3rd set, form started to break down a little bit. I had a little bit of an issue with my plates, as you can see. Quite smooth mark. I used my roommate's weight and completely forgot one side. But so it goes. So I finished off with deadlifts. Don't really have to talk a whole lot more about it, just for you guys to see, and it's good for me to record every single set to see when I start to break down and what starts to break down first. Like now my back was starting to round a little bit more. I wasn't getting as tight in the setup. I wasn't sitting down as much. Overall, just a little more rounded over. I was kind of, at that point, I was more using adrenaline than technique because the volume was just taking it out of me. But kind of just want to do a quick tangent since I spoke of deadlifts already. Kind of something that's been on my mind that I posted on my Instagram, which is, I'll post it right here. It's Baco_bacon fitness. It was a post about motivation and how to find motivation when you're kind of stuck in a rut or you're feeling complacent. And that's something that always bothers me, something that I've always struggled with, is staying motivated when you are just kind of living day to day. Like it's hard for me to look at the big picture. It's way easier for me to just grow complacent and find pleasure in doing small things that don't really benefit me in the long run, that just benefit me in the short term. Kind of simple gratification or simple pleasures, and that's always like a kind of like a problem for me personally, and I know for a lot of others. So I posted something that helps me look and stay focused in the long term is to just be aware of all of your actions and kind of, how do I put this? Just kind of be aware of every single action that you take, and be aware of the understanding that every single action and every single thought and pretty much every single little thing that you do in your life impacts you one way or another. And whether or not that's just like, for my particular post, it was practicing posing, which I don't have any bodybuilding goals or competitions in mind for the next few months. But thinking long term, I still need to be as focused on posing as I am on diet and sleeping and recording my workouts and just getting to the gym in general. But it's just kind of like the simple gratification that I was talking about. It's kind of hard for me to find, so I need to stay on like a consistent routine of tracking, getting enough sleep, practicing posing, just all those little things add up. Like you could just be lazy and, you know, not do cardio one day and it won't affect you. But in all actuality, if you're kind of straying from that long-term goal by not doing one little action, it'll slowly compound over time, and eventually lead you to a different path that you weren't intending to go on. So that was the gist of it. For a lot of people, it's easy to grow complacent if they don't have any like competitions or plans for anything big in mind coming up recently. So my advice was just to take things one step at a time, learn to be completely aware of all of your actions, and really just have like an understanding that every single thing you do impacts your life one way or another. That was just a little tangent that I had on my mind when I was practicing posing today. I hadn't practiced since my competition like 6 months ago, and it hit me. I was like, why am I not practicing when I want to compete competitively? I want to get my pro card, and I'm not doing the steps necessary to do that at this current state. So, just little thoughts. I talked completely through my front squats, but I hit 6, 6, and then 10 at 235, and finished off with Pendlay Rows, just kind of recording for form. I also hit some pull-ups and farmer's walks to finish off the workout. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the workout, the description, and just like the little brief tangent that I wanted to get off my chest on Instagram and just voicing it alone. Anyway, hope you enjoy. I'll be putting out more videos of my workouts over the next few weeks for sure.